Hey there, this is Karuna Rockwell coming here today to give you your latest market update for the Asheville, North Carolina MSA area. This is going to compare June 2022 to July 2022. We've seen some changes, kind of continuing the trend that I was talking about last month and some new insights. So stick with me and we'll go over the stats. So as you can see here in this first slide, everything is down. Less properties listed, less properties went under contract, and less properties closed. Now, there's two ways to look at trends. There's kind of a global trend, but then there's also a timing trend. So this could have as much to do with the summer market as anything else. We tend to peak in the spring, March, April, May, and then things kind of dip down again in the summer, and then we peak again in this area in the fall. And then things quiet down again for the winter holidays and winter and into the new year. And then starting end of January into February, they pick up again, and March really gets rolling. So this could have to do with that. We'll just keep watching the trends and see what happens. Again, with this slide, the trend is down. We have lower average price per square foot, and then a lower percent of list price at close, meaning properties are starting to close for under list price now, which has not been the case. So this could be a little bit more indicative of a global trend of the market cooling a bit. Sellers are having to drop prices. Properties are staying on the market a bit longer before going under contract. Actually, that's in the next slide, but we'll go over that. So yeah, it's not a huge drop at this point, but they're, well, that's pretty significant average price drop. So definitely a trend somewhat in favor of buyers. So as I'll discuss in a minute, it's still a seller's market. So here you can see some of the stats that I mentioned in the last slide when I was getting ahead of myself. The days on the market has gone up just by a couple days, but a week compared to 5 days feels really different when you're actively engaged in buying and selling in this market. So we're definitely noticing that change. And number of showings before pending is not hugely different, but up a little. And then number of days it's been listed before it closes has gone up. So yeah, these trends are showing that the market's moving just a bit slower and it is noticeable. So this slide is great news for buyers. The end of month inventory has gone up, meaning there's more houses on the market at the end of the month, and our month supply is going up just by a little bit, but it is showing that it's cooling off a little bit, making it less competitive for buyers. However, we're still very much in a seller's market because a equal opportunity market is 6 months, as I like to remind folks. So 1.9 is still not quite close to 6 months. So it's still a seller's market. Sellers are still getting great value for their properties. However, there's a little bit less competition for buyers, and there's definitely less pressure. Like, you don't need to offer after seeing the property in 30 minutes. You can take your time, which is really great for buyers. There's been a high amount of buyer's remorse in this market. So with it cooling off just a bit, it gives buyers a bit of breathing room, which is always welcome. And it's still a great time to sell. So I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time.